on both sides. I get that like she has a different number than we are showing here, which is basically this 26 here in scope issues for use case 1 from liquidity perspective. And she has a number, I believe, 22. So that's the gap we just wanted to identify and be aligned with the use case lead here.
I also have another question. So what if I didn't receive any email today? Who should I talk to?
Because your team has been restructured starting, I don't know, January or February, and
you will be received like your new manager's contact information at the same time.
For liquidity,
sorry, could you say again? Like, it's a little bit like
this cutoff might
be use case 1 through 6 or just 1? Sorry.
You will receive your new manager contact information at the same time.
So for use case 1,
I see.
Of that 65, there were 22 that were use case 1. So now this says it's 26. Maybe it's just a matter of timing.
I have that 65 number here. So if you talk about like,
But more importantly, I think I need to know what is the composition of this 26. Actually, in the book of solution, I think there were 27. And then what's in backlog, what's been remediated, I have, and just a confirmation of what's been descoped.
Yeah, I can share those underlying details. I have all the details here with me. And I already shared the list of 26 with you, but I can share for these individual categories.
So it seems like, because you have 26, it seems like one has been descoped since then.
Yeah, so this is as of like last week, Friday. So this is So I think, as you said, like there can be a timing issue, but I think we both can reconcile them. I have the list of data concerns supporting this, and maybe we can reconcile that.
Okay, so let's look at this. You have 26, and how many of these were remediated? How many are in backlog?
So right now, out of 26, as you see, these 14 are already implemented, and the remaining is like 12. So that's what I've called it out as implementation due. So those are 12 issues.
Okay, so again, I'm just going back to the book of solution that was shared with Subhav and Ifra and myself by Jacob. That was a subset of the big book of solution just for liquidity. And in that, we see that 5 data concerns were remediated. We adopted 3 of these 5. 7 were descoped, and that left 15 in the backlog. I just want to see if, what's the journey since we closed the milestone, since that book of solution, how many have been adopted since then? So in order to get there, I just need to see the details of these DCRMs.
Yeah, so as I said, like I can provide you details, and I have the timelines as well as by quarter for each of the remediation or the implementation. So I can share those underlying details with you. So I believe like these 2. Yeah, I think those 4 issues were remediated after the book of solution cutoff.
Okay, perfect. So then, I would expect that these 4 issues were adopted. Is that, and then I would look in the file that Ifra we just talked about in the prior call to see if these 4 issues are in your file. Is that a right way to look at this, or no?
Yeah, that's how it should be. Like we should be looking.
No, Utsab, sorry. The question
is
that's
for
Subhav and
okay.
Ifra. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What's the question?
Yeah. So, in this file that Utsab just shared with us, he's saying that in Q3 of 2023, 1 data concern was remediated. In Q4, 1 data concern was remediated. In Q1 of 2024, 2 data concerns were remediated. The question is, should I expect to see these 4 data concerns remediated in your file that you just shared in our prior call?
We can
check. Yes, those DCMs will be in that file, but and if they were fully remediated, we should have or Utsav or somebody in FCDO can share the GUIDs with you, and then we can look up the impact for those as well. The things will also need that, but those DCMs would be in that tracker.
Okay. So I can share, as I said, Roxana, let me share the list of concerns with this group, and then maybe Ifra can confirm back if she has those.
So Ifra doesn't need to confirm, because if you share that file, I can self-serve like you suggested.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I can do that.
Just a question. Sorry. Go ahead, Roxana.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, so do you also have the mediation details for those DCRMs? Like, do you know the GUIDs or some other fixes, whatever was implemented?
Yeah, I'm maintaining a tracker. I need to just go into details, like wherever I can find the JIRA details. I have the JIRA IDs here. So
if you just look up one of those DCRMs that were delivered over here, as an example.
And Jacob, as a use case lead, while you're doing that, can we work with you to make sure that we have a good accounting of this? Are you like keeping track of what's been in backlog, remediated, or?
Yeah. And the difference here is more than likely the fact that BOS was cut off of 11/31 and now it's July. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we can help you get the underlying walk from then to now. It shouldn't be that much of a lift.
Great.
Okay, so if we look at 1817, for example, and that is what happened.
Yeah, there is a JIRA ID.
That's the DOM dashboard GUID. So you would have to open it and see what are the actual GUIDs. That's just like it's almost like a DCRM or like a placeholder for this. If you open it, you have access to JIRA and see if you can open it.
No, I do not have actually access to JIRA dashboard. That's something I'm working on. Actually, I do not have that.
So you should also technically have the actual GUIDs over here, the actual remediation GUIDs, and not just tagging to the DOM dashboard.
Yeah, noted.
So it looks like this one in particular, it was remediated, strategically remediated, and GLOS adopted. So Roxana, you would see that information in that tracker.
Okay. Just process-wise, Ifra, you need the real JIRA ID.
Yeah, to be able to get the impact and put that in a tracker.
So, Utsav, do you think you can get the access in order to put another column here?
Yeah, we can.
The JIRA ID?
Hey, Ifra, let me send a link in the chat real quick. Let me know if this is what you're looking for. For 1817.
Yeah, looks like that is an actual JIRA.
All right, cool.
But I don't have access to this one. Looks like it's maybe upstream from Genesis.
Okay, it looks like it's links.
But it should have the link to Genesis JIRA as well. So it shouldn't just be the upstream JIRA. If it was delivered to GLRS, you should also have the Genesis JIRA as well.
Okay.
Should be linked to this one. So we would need that to see the impact.
It looks like there's multiple JIRAs attached. Trying to see if I can find the Genesis one.
Yeah, it's linked in that to that JIRA. Do you want to share your screen so we can see?
Yeah. You guys can see my 50 tabs I've opened.
Okay. Yeah, so this would be one of the JIRAs that should be in your file sub, and then if you scroll down to this one, the Genesis. There's also a clone of it. I don't see any Genesis JIRAs linked here. If you click on the clone, I don't know what that means.
Which one?
The green one where it says it's cloned by
like it's the same links one.
Okay. Yeah, so this is going to be a tricky one because in the past for DOM adoption, we usually need a Genesis JIRA because that shows that it was actually delivered to GLRS and was tested by us. Because if it's just, I don't know what that JIRA was. Can you go back to that one to see the system?
This is the DOM one.
I know, it was like the actual one.
Oh.
Yes, I don't know what system, like HelioLinks. Looks like we made the update or improvement in that, but there's no way to show that this improvement or whatever the update was delivered to GLRS. And what was the impact of that? So we just need to look into this one. I don't see any Genesis JIRA tagging there.
Okay. Maybe there's some in ALM. We can take a look.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
It sounds like we need to have some working session for several of these, like by use case, like just to get the right JIRA. So maybe Utsav and Jacob, you can try, do a first attempt. We'll send it to you, Ifra, and then if you don't get what you're expecting, then let's have these working sessions where we work through each DCRM to find the right JIRA.
I don't know if we need working sessions to find the JIRA. We should technically already have those.
Right, but look what's happening here. Like that's what I mean. Like we're not going to solve all of them in this call. That's what I mean. And maybe there's others. That's the problem.
Yeah. And
is there any easier way to like test JIRA? Of course, you're saying like your file should have that JIRA IDs as well. I think you showed that us to us a while in the prior call where you had those JIRA IDs listed.
Yeah, but those came from FCDO for DOM adopted DCRM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right, so that's the tricky part. And Roxanne, I don't know if you guys made a clear decision on those, because I remember as part of Index 250 there were DCRMs which FCDO was saying delivered, but it was like a DQ dashboard update or like standard update. I don't know what we were calling it.
Yeah, you mean this ones, right? This JIRA ID?
Yeah, so those are the Genesis, GFT and GLRS JIRA. So if we have those, then we put them in scope. And if we didn't have the Genesis, we said that it wasn't, like there's no way for us to show the impact.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's what we need to do. We need to go through all of the ones that we said that they're delivered and see if you have the Genesis, GLRS JIRA. If you do not, then they can prove adoption.
Yeah, we need to look into those and maybe find those JIRAs, or if they're genuine acts and talk or have calls and talk about it.
Yep.
And who on the GFT side are you guys working with? Because I know that team was also part of the DOM data adoption, and the GFT guys were actually linking the Genesis JIRAs. I don't know if you guys are working with them again.
The team that used to run that's JIRA for finance, so the JIRA IDs that it's up with Shane on our side, that team, they've changed, but we still have a point of contact for use case one. I don't know if you've worked with Bhaskar at all, but he's still our main.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Yeah, Bhaskar's still our main contact for.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So I would reach out to him and get the JIRA for at least use case one, and then figure out the context for the other use cases as well.
Okay.
So is he going to be just a use case one specific guy?
No.
Bhaskar works on 2 use cases, but I know he's our delegate for use case one. Or not delegate, but counterpart.
Okay, so I guess we know what the next steps are. We need to make a list of those DCRMs, get the Genesis, GFT, JIRAs, and get those linked to the dashboard as well, in addition to Excel.
To your dashboard?
DOM dashboard, the actual JIRA DOM dashboard.
Oh, you mean like the file that Utsav has?
The one that Jacob was sharing. And the
website. Because they're only tagging it to SMBs.
Say that again?
they were only taking it to S&B's JIRA. They weren't taking it to your GLRS's, which is, I think, the question here.
Apologies, guys. I'm not really contributing, and I'm actually being called.
I think we're pretty done.
Yeah. Have a nice weekend, guys. We'll speak soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye.
Okay. Anything else? Or nice to meet you, Jacob. It sounds like we're going to have to collaborate a little more in the future.
Yep. Likewise. Okay. Everything good, Utsav?
Yeah, all good. I'll share the underlying details with everyone, and then Roxana, I'll figure out a way to get those JIRA details. And that's, I believe, the next action point on my side.
Yeah, let me just ask one thing since I have Jacob. The scope of data concerns submitted by liquidity, I'm going to take that from your book of solution. Is that right? That's something that Subhav agreed to?
Yeah, I think it's the most up-to-date one. It's the one with the most up-to-date statuses. If you want to get the original list, the Step 3 template will have that, but the book of solutions will have anything that was like added due to the fact that like something was canceled. We had to replace it.
Yeah, I
Roxana,
don't need to go.
Before you joining, we went through these numbers and
exactly. So you have this already.
Yeah.
So all I need to do is just make sure that I understand which one of the original 27 was this scope, because you have 26 here.
Yeah. So maybe if you, just let's take it offline. You and me can work on.
But I don't know the details of those 27, Jacob, because from your book of solution, Jacob, the 2052A book of solution, I can't tell what is the composition of those 27.
All right, Utsav, let's talk offline. We can try to get the list.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Because I know what you're saying in regards to that. I would have to look in the addendum and see which ones we tagged. The only issue,
because I see what was remediated, and I see what's in the backlog. So by default, the remaining should be, but I don't know which ones those are.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it with Utsav, because I see that there's 6 that were either canceled or descoped in the book of solutions. And then if I get rid of duplicates.
Let me share this list of 26, and then it will be easier for you to find that missing one, Jacob.
I see 26 in BIOS as well. I don't see 27.
Yeah, because I recognize this total number 90 as well, that we have been socializing, and then I think the 65 is something which I think this is what 65, cancelled and descope number was.
Okay, then.
So I don't know where Roxana.
Okay, let me share my screen.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was looking at the wrong thing. I guess this is where I'm getting it.
Look,
25.
This is the 26, Jacob.
Right.
So you send this email to Subhav?
What's the date on that?
I
can get a 419. I see it.
It happens all the time. My mouse is just...
I can go check this file.
Yeah, you see? Wait.
Scope 1.
That's 26. But here, you see, this is the 27. 27 prioritized 5-7.
All right. We will take a look and see what that one outlier is.
Okay. But then, of these 5 DCRMs that were remediated, Subhav adopted 3. The other 2, we would need the JIRAs for. Then, of these 15 that were in backlog, if any of these were remediated, she needs a JIRA so that she can confirm adoption and the impact.
Okay.
So that's what we're after, really.
All right, that makes sense. We should be able to do that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
You too.